Hello everyone, and welcome to the last of our Refugee Week conversations. Today we're talking to Silvano Chiesere, who came to Australia from Italy in 1961, and he's going to share with us his memories of the migrant reception centre at Bonegilla, which thousands of Australians passed through, on their settlement journey here. So, Silvano, tell us about your first impression of Australia and of Bonegilla.
First impression really was very good. We reached Melbourne on the day on the 4th of May, and overnight we stayed on the ship, and in the morning we were picked up by the Red Rattlers to take us to Bonegilla. On the way to Bonegilla, we went through quite a few suburbs, and I was surprised all these little houses, but I didn't know how they were inside. That's the impression, because coming from city in Italy, all the high-rise like they are now, and but anyway, I said there must be something more interesting in all these little houses. We went right through Wodonga and to Bonegilla Road, and we stopped in Bonegilla. All our baggage was taken from the train, and we were given a bungalow. The bungalow where I went was with a double bunk and a single bed for three. One of my two roommates were one from Licata, that's Sicily, and one was from Veneto region. So because I could speak both dialects, I was doing very well with both of them, because they couldn't understand each other. But anyway, the first impression was the day after we went around the camp. They showed us, there was a theatre, there was a dancing room, the kitchen, that was very important, of course. And they told us if we had any secrets, like that with the food. Some people are not happy with what they're eating. But anyway, I eat at the time, and now I eat everything. So, and we start. They introduce us to the camp. By the way, the camp number was Camp 19. Mainly, it was, I would say, about 80% Italian migrants. And the other 20%, there was Croatian and from the former Republic of Yugoslav, some Greeks. But anyway, we had a common theatre for all of them. Nobody could speak other languages, so we were stuck with the sign language, and it was nice. In the night time, we used to lit a big fire, and everybody sang their own songs from the town. Of course, the Italian being majority, with our Napolitan song, the Venetian song, and we all joined in on the choir. Then they started, Croatian song, they were really good, and the Greek as well. Oh, there were a few Germans as well. Now, the following morning, we need something to sweep the floor. On the bungalow was restricted. It was a room about, I would say, 3 by 3 meters at the time. And there was a tube heater in one wall that we had to heat it to keep it on right through the night, because it was so cold. Mind you, we come in May, and May was the first morning that when we wake up there, of course, we had to go and wash our face and teeth and everything. We couldn't get water. And some older people that were there, they said, we tell you the secret. Grab a brick, there was a brick down there, and hit the pipes, because they were frozen. That's what we did, and we started getting the water coming through. No hot water, only once a week. We had to go to the bathrooms. There were big ones, you know, they look at male and female, of course. And yes, and that's all right. And well, we tried to make the best of it. In the morning, I was never used to make up my bed. That's the first introduction, because I didn't do my military service in Italy. So I did my bed and helped the other two as well. And then we went for breakfast. Breakfast, we come in a big hall. There were at least a bit more than 100 people all at once, all sitting there, wherever you could find a spot. And we were served, that was nice, milk, coffee, tea, biscuits. I'll say, that's nice, actually. So, and then they told us, through the interpreter, it's about 10 o'clock or 10:30, you can come back here to have a cup of coffee or a tea with some biscuits. And the routine, that was the routine for the morning. Say 12 o'clock we start lunchtime. You'll be assigned your turn, because of course there were so many people. So with the first 100, turn number 1, turn number 2, number 3, I think there were 700 or 800. So the last one, the turn was about 2 o'clock having lunch. But we didn't mind, as long as we had something. With the food, we experienced something unusual. They told us it was mutton. I didn't know at the time what it was. Mutton, they say, oh, it's just a kangaroo meat. I say, but it's edible? Yes, it's nobody died for it, so it's okay. And that's what we did. We tried, it was all right. We survived. Then we had some fruit for second, and we were quite happy. I said, oh, if it is like that every day, we stay here. It's holiday. It's holiday camp. Nighttime for dinner was the same thing, the same than the lunchtime. With there was a cake being served, and of course a coffee at the end. So really, really happy. Then once we finished in the nighttime, every group were told in their own language, tomorrow morning we start schooling from 9:30 until 10:30, until your morning tea. 1 hour to get your introduction of your new language that is going to stay with you for a long time. So they knew, at least we were there for 2 years. So with regard work or something, you go to the Central Link, something like that, and you have to apply what you can do, and so that's what we did the morning after. Now, unfortunately for us, I had a contract to go to work in Melbourne, but because there was a crisis, that's what they said, I was told, if you don't speak English, sorry, we cannot offer you. It was an Italian company. I was very disappointed, but I said, I'll find it. So it's every time they gave us some coupons. They were like a train ticket. There was perforated when you go for lunch, no, for morning tea, for lunch and for dinner, so you don't go back again. But I realized that the one with the families, there were families with family units with the kids and everything. And there was one fella that he had his wife and 2 kids. They come from Syracuse, the place where I come from. And then he said that he was going in few days. So when I go, I give you my ticket for lunch and dinner or whatever, so you can get something extra. That's what we did. I didn't know. So the first time I went, that was cheating probably. At the time, no, I said they are going to give me food, like before, only that they check what I'm getting. So I was going there, and when they check, so they gave me a plate, and they say chocolate and fresh fruit and peanuts, everything, apart from that's what was for the kids. But then I realized that I haven't got any kids. But I will take the food, I don't mind chocolate and fresh fruit. And so I was there for a while. Now, I start my stay in Bonegilla on the 5th of May, and as I explained before, I enjoyed my stay there, and sometime in the night time they were showing Italian films, so it was good, we enjoyed. Some other nights we enjoyed dancing, that was nice. It was even better because they were all mixed with other nationalities and dancing. They were dancing their own way and we were dancing our way, but we learned few things from them. So we knew that at the time that the couple, that the fellow in charge of Camp 19, that's where I was, anything you need, you should go from him. So you need an extra blanket, if you need a broom, or everything was given to you. So we worked there. If we asked to but to ask for a steam iron, because we're doing our washing with cold water and drying everything on the heater that was on the wall. But we need something to press it. So we asked him, and he gave us this steam iron. And the other fella from Sicily, he had a little cafetiera, that's called a coffee pot, the Italian one. He said, look, if we put the steam iron upside down, and we hold it, and we put the cafetiera on top, we can make coffee. So that's what we did. It was a blessing. That's when you need, you stimulate your brain. That's what we were saying. And that was very good. And we last for every week, not every week, I was there for 6 weeks. Every week I was going to the library office or like the Central Link to see if there was any availability of jobs anywhere around Bonegilla. I wasn't passing. Even I reached a stage where I said, what about the Queensland? I knew about the sugar cane, they told us, And they said, but you need a team of 5 or 6 people. And I got the 6 people. Then we went and put our names down. I said, at the moment there is no request, but if there is, you'll be the first one to go. Fine. Every now and then they call us, they say, be ready, there are people coming from the tobacco farms, the Ovens Valley was a tobacco farm there, and they're Italians, they want, 6, 7, or 8 people and, to work there. They give you everything, transporting and food, and it was very good. So we were all lining up. And this Italian, they come around with the shining boots, it looked like in wartime. And they were selecting people. Few times, I know they were looking at me, because I was very skinny, I said, this one maybe is no good for, the sort of library. And I was never picked, but that's fine. The other fella that was with me, the Sicilian, he was a motor mechanic. One day he come around and he say, in the morning, he say, I'm going to Melbourne, because that's a big city, I might find a job in there. So he went, I said, good luck. So he went to Melbourne and he found a job. When he come back, he told me, I'm releasing myself from Bonegilla. It was the 15th or 16th of June then. I'm releasing myself from Bonegilla, and I'll have to sign the paper and I'll be released. So once you release yourself, Bonegilla won't help you. You cannot go back in. So it's on your own. And this family say, I knew some paesani, they call it, people from the same town. That's what she came in. And he said, they come with me, I say, and they say they are going to help us. So I took that option straight away. I released myself as well. I didn't have a job and nothing. So we were on the train to Melbourne. And that's my Bonegilla Kuiper finished. But I've been back a few times and I enjoy it because I know perfectly well where I was. And so, now, back to Melbourne, no job. So we had a £3.15 unemployment. They were helping us. Plus the two families that we were locating, they gave us in the night time. They invite us every night to have dinner with them. They said, "What?" There were two families. One for Frank was the other, my friend and myself. One on each family. They say it's no big deal, but we are these compatriots, and it was very nice. In the meantime, on the previous Saturday, when I landed in Melbourne, the 4th of May, was a Saturday night. We went, this friend of mine said they are coming to pick up the families, but they come from the same town that I come from, Dicata. That's Agrigento province. And he said, "You want to come?" I said, "Yeah, let's go." So they pick up us with the car. It was a Zephyr, a green one, I remember that. And there was a distant cousin of my wife's family. They come to visit. Once they rang the bell, we were there with these two families together. And I saw my brother-in-law and her sister, not my wife, the older sister, they come through. Then the father and mother, they come through. And the two kids, they come through only one car. At the time he had the station wagon. And the introduction went through. She had a sister that was 12 or 11. And she was 17. But when I saw her coming through, I was really pleased to meet you and everything, in Italian or whatever. And we started talking with the family and everything. When we finished, I asked my friend, Paisano, I said, "Who is that girl?" And the family. And he told me the background. And gosh, I said, "She's beautiful. Look, she's only 17. Not quite 17. And that's all right. I didn't say anything. The dice. He went to work, and we had a room. We were renting a room opposite to where the two families were. So it was really in autumn, Victoria Road, Auburn Station. That's what. And yeah. No, I started getting a bit emotional thinking back, but it's nice, And anyway, during the day, I was really looking for a job. Mine was around reachable Berkeley area often, but they asked about the language, and so I couldn't find. And the first month and the second month, 2.5 months went through, until a friend of ours, a friend of the two families, but he was friendly with them as well. He told me he was from Veneto, from Trieste, the fellow. He said, "There is a vacancy where I work." I said, "Where?" He said, "Brunswick." At the time, I say it's a bit far, but anyway, I say, "I come around." And they showed me what to do. And I was all right. But he said, sometimes we employ you because you are a backup to a team of anodizers working with sulfuric acids and anodizing shop or sealed up lighting, things like that. All to do with acids. It was terrible. But a job is a job at the time. So I start working. In the meantime, I saved a bit of money. Yeah, we're going to long term.
Keep going.
I start saving a bit of money. I explained, she was working in Richmond, my wife, so I get an appointment on the Richmond station, and I explained to her, I said, look, my intentions are good. I like you from the first time I saw you, but
I haven't got the money for a ring, he said.
I haven't got a job. I haven't got the money for a ring, but I'm working on it. So, and it was all right. So I was happy. So, and many times they invite me, a sister invite me. They were living in Blackburn, and from Autumn or Auburn to Blackburn, I managed to find a way. I managed to even to miss out on the train. The last one was at 12 o'clock midnight to stay in the company then. So I had to hitchhike. No language. I was in Whitehorse Road, a couple, you know, they stopped. I said, where are you going? I couldn't understand. Where are you living? I said, Autumn. Oh, you tell us when you want us to stop. So we went through Whitehorse Road and we went over Glenferrie Road. I didn't recognize that part of it. And they keep on asking, here? I said, no. So they kept on going until they stopped in High Street queue. So here, I said, they will do, thank you. You know, I explained the sign, then I had to walk back. I reached home when it was about 2 o'clock in the night. But I was happy that I knew something more. Then I started saving a bit of money from, I had £250 at the time. And we start getting the things together with her mum and dad. So she said, I can put 250 as well. And dad said, me too, and his wife as well, my mother-in-law. So I said, we got $1,000. Instead of spending money because they were allocated with their sister, older sister, but they were all clean. I said, what about if we buy a house? Okay, so with $1,000 deposit, we bought a house in Blackburn North, Sussex Street, number 26. And you want to say something? and it was really well. I still was working hard because the acid was corroding all my clothing. Every time my underpants were too close, my singlet the same, I jumped until I bought some pants that anti-acid. So it was okay. But then the company moved to Ringwood. And before they moved to Ringwood, we got married in 1962. And for 2 years, we were working on side and collect a bit of money. And we bought a house in 1964.
Thanks so much for talking to us. That was terrific. A very, very interesting and inspiring story. That's all from us. Thanks for watching.